cup of coffee. We're now in the Archbishop's residence, is what they call it. This is one of the oldest secular buildings in Norway. This building where the Archbishop lived until the Reformation, Martin Luther, in 1537. This building was built between 1160 and 1180 A.D., that is. But this is where he lived. I don't know what they use it for now. I guess they have some certain functions, but this is the inside courtyard here. And there's newer buildings all around here, modern. But, and of course you can see the top of Nadados Cathedral. I'm going to be going out there soon. Okay. So here we are. There's a couple of tourists. This is the front of Nadados Cathedral in Trondheim. Started in 997, I think I said before. And here's the Archbishop's residence from the outside. Again, built in 1160 to 1190, I think it was, 1180, something like that. I want to see if I can get some of these individual statues here. Everyone is obviously different. Oh. We're going to go in. They have a guided tour at 1 o'clock. We're going to go in there. Quite a piece of handiwork here. Let's see if I can get some gargoyles. I like gargoyles. I have a weakness for gargoyles. There's a gargoyle. It's like a lion's head gargoyle. There's you got to remember, most of this cathedral was built in the 1300s. It was the original structure was 997, but apparently most of what exists here is from the 13th century or the 1200s. Oh, the light's kind of funny there. Now I got a couple of tourists here again, checking things out. This thing is massive. It goes back pretty far, and this thing is really massive. Oops, sorry. I wanted to get some of these gargoyles here. I think they've got an interesting expression. Ooh, looks terrible. Okay, he's not too bad. See what this next gargoyle is going to bring us here. There's one. Ugly. Oh, I'm kind of losing. There's one. Well, he doesn't feel like he's doing too well. Help me. Maybe I'll go over for a better. Oh my gosh, I got a headache. God, it hurts. Let me see if we get. Oh my God, what's going on here? That doesn't look very comfortable. There's some smiling guys up there. Each one of these gargoyles has got a story behind them, I'm sure. Alright, what a grin. Oh, I've seen that, buddy. Let's go up here a little higher. Hey, look at that smile. It's fascinating. I wonder what each one of these gargoyles represents. Look at that fellow. I guess they're the evil. I'm not a different angle of the church here. Oh my God. Oh. It's really strange the different faces they put on here. This guy not feeling too hot either. You got to remember though, these were built probably around the 13th, 14th century. This guy's not doing too well. But I wonder what these are all. Oh, there's a guy with the Excedrin headache again. A different angle. Oh, here's a violinist. I didn't catch him on the last sweep from the other side. This guy here. This, whatever it is. Let's go way up here. See what we got there. This guy, I don't know, he's a monk or something? Sorry the shaking, but I got the telephoto going and it's hard to control. There's a curious fellow. What's his face doing there? Ooh, Smiling Joe. I want to get that other one, that woman hanging so funny. I got a little bit different angle on this one. There's a guy here trying to climb up the side and his butt's hanging out. And it really looks hilarious. You can't see it unless you get the tell. And there's a guy with this Excedrin headache right there. If you go above him, there's somebody else. It looks like he's going to crap on him. I don't know what the deal is.
Looks like he's going to barf.
Yeah. Here's the violinist. Very curious. Here we are Tuesday morning. We're about to go on a 4-hour sightseeing tour of fjords around Bergen. Here we are in Bergen. This is on the top of the ferry that we're going to be taking. We're going to be leaving in about 5 minutes. And we're in the harbor of Bergen right here. Doing a panoramic view. There's the shopping center. You can see it's a port. We're just out in the fish market. Boy, there are a lot of fish there. As you can see, we just got mountains around us. I don't know why I can't focus that in. I didn't have an automatic focus, that's why. There, now. 17, 12, 14, 15, 17. 1912.
On the right-hand side, behind the brigade buildings, one sees a church with two towers. This is the Maria Church, and it's the oldest building in the city. It was built between 1130 and 50, and became known as the German Church because the German traders frequented this church as their parish church, and it became their church, the German Church. The last masses were said in the German language in 1890.
That's our hotel right there. Right next to this big old fort.
As we proceed out the Bergen Bay area, on the right-hand side is the fortress of Bergen.
That's our hotel
The
there.
fortress is dominated by the Rosenkranz Tower, which we have on our right-hand side here, and the King Haakon's Hall. The Rosenkranz Tower was finished in 1556, built by the Danish governor of the city, Erik Rosenkranz. King Haakon's Hall was finished in 1261 and was the administrative center of Norway at a time when Bergen was capital in Norway in the 13th century, and Norway was a large and powerful kingdom in North Europe, stretching all the way to Greenland, islands between Norway. Greenland and Norway were all part of this large kingdom, as well as parts of present-day Sweden. One built these warehouses down here in the water. One could sail on both sides of these and load and unload from different sides. Something that facilitated this process immensely. The oldest of these houses are up to 400 years old, and only a few of the original ones are left. This area was called the Venice of Norway in the old days. Today these are also mainly studios, offices, and in some instances warehouses. On the right-hand side is a large island called Oskøy, and Oskøy protects the harbor of Bergen. It lies as a natural molo in front of the harbor, protecting it from the North Sea and the North Atlantic, which can be quite stormy in the winter. 20,000 people live here and are connected to the mainland by a suspension bridge, which is the longest in Scandinavia, with a suspension of 900 meters between the two towers. Bergen is the second largest city in Norway and has around 230,000 inhabitants. Most of whom today live in suburbs that surround the city. Only 30,000 live in the city center. After the Second World War, during which the city was badly damaged, when the city started to expand in all directions, north, south, and our journey is going to take us up to a fjord north of Bergen called Ostafjorden. Those who are particularly interested can study a sea chart that hangs in front of the vessel on the left-hand side in the salon on the left-hand side of the little cafeteria that we have on board here, where one can purchase something to drink, to eat, and warm coffee or tea, should one so desire. There are also washrooms on board on the left-hand side.
There's the red, I guess. What do you put that out, Jim? Here's a nice place, huh? I'd like to live there. Nice spot, little... Oh shoot, the batteries are going dead. Here's another bay. This is a suburb of Bergen here. They'll save the tape for later. There's a big old ship. I don't know what it is. Like a freighter of some type. How about that for a roof house on the sea, huh? Look at the natural turf.
No grass to cut.
No grass to cut except on the roof, huh? Quite a place here. Look at these places along here. How about this for a little spot to spend some time, huh? Not too shabby. Okay, Mother. There's little seafarer Mom.
With the northern part of the county, via all the islands here on the left-hand side. The bridge is particular in that it is a combination between cable stayed and floating bridge. And the floating part is in itself interesting. It floats on 10 concrete floating elements, which are not anchored to the seabed due to the great depth. Almost 600 meters or 1,800 feet underneath the bridge. The bridge is shaped like an arc, and the concrete floating elements are elliptical, which gives hydrodynamic qualities so that the bridge does not move back and forth in the current here, or the stream. Also, the connection between the road and the floating elements, the bridge itself, has certain telescopes in it, telescoping.
Here we are entering fjord country, more so than before. Fishing villages along the edge here. I guess we're about an hour and a half out of Delta. Just a beautiful area. Just a beautiful place. There's the Norwegian flag. Full circle here.
One's eyes open and being on deck may result in some interesting sightings. On the left-hand side here, we presently pass a large face, a rock face, that is called Tjuvberget. And translated, this means the cliff of the thieves or pirates. 150 yards or so ago, a gang of pirates used this as a hiding place. They used this rock as an encampment. They ensconced themselves high up in the cliff and were thus impossible to apprehend for their pursuers, the authorities. And they used this as a hiding place for a long time. And therefore it's still called Schubergen, the cliff of the pirates. That's just a big one.
Boy, he's getting pretty close, isn't he?
Fjords in Norway are quite particular. The longest and deepest fjords in the world are to be found north and south of Bergen. The Sognefjord being the longest one. The fjords were created by the rotation of the Earth and the fact that northern part of North Europe was covered with ice in the last ice age. The rotation of the Earth eastwards made these capes of ice move in a westerly direction, and where they were thickest and most heavy, they dug deep into the land, into the crust of the Earth, thus creating these deep incisions, which, when the ice melted around 12 to 10,000 years ago, were filled with what is now the sea, and thereby the fjords. And as a rule of thumb, one can say that the fjords are as deep as the mountains that surround them.
Die wandern ja irgendwie, oder? Das wandern ja die Schollen. Die haben sich dann in die Erdkruste reingebohrt und haben totale Fehler gemacht. Das glaube ich ja nicht. Das ist weitergegangen, ja. Nichts anderes, halt einfach ein Fingerling.
There's the old seafarer getting his face covered.
Du hast es in Alaska gesagt. Das kommt mir ja logisch so vor. Jetzt ist wie die Alpen einer beiden gewesen.
Here we are going through some, these are considered smaller fjords here. This is, it's still lovely. There's a mountain stream coming into the fjord. Right. Here we are coming around the bend here. That's a big old commercial center there. Not too particularly scenic. Looks better from a distance, I guess. Let's see what's over here.
That's a little waterfall.
Okay, let me get it.
On the island Oosterreef, there are, as mentioned, several industries, metallurgic, one being the more important, thanks to the hydroelectricity provided by the waterfall tap. People also live from fish farming, fishing, and farming, sheep farming, etc. This area was completely dependent on a ferry until recently, when a tunnel that connected this part of the fjord to the main road grid was opened, the Eikefa Tunnel, which is one of the longest road tunnels in Norway, with 8 kilometers in length. It was built in the next 50 years all over Norway, very often in this particular style. Fairly large enough for the carriage, and also wood and almost always painted white. This is a very typical Norwegian rural church. Very often these churches were placed in already existing stave churches, and in this period of time, many stave churches were destroyed or dismantled.
I've got too many things going on. I'm going from camera to video camera to recorder, so bear with me. I think I've got water on the lens too. Let me check here. Taking it from the back of the boat here. Here we're going to the narrowest part here. Yeah, I guess so, Mother. They're certainly not as dramatic as those others that you see in the... But this is still... Here we are in the narrows of the fjord. I don't know, I'm going to get some glare here, I'm afraid. But you can get an idea. Maybe I'll tape it from going beyond it.